Now, the median time to get approval to build a house there is 627 days. That's 217 days longer than it took to build the Empire State Building.
Bill Maher has had enough of the red tape inside California and is calling out the one-party system for it.
California is the place that spends money and gets nothing, which is why you may have noticed when the fires broke out, no one escaped by high-speed rail. We have the highest marginal tax rate in America, higher than almost all other states, and soon Greenland.
Maher, who is usually measured with his speech, didn't hold anything back as he tore into the California government for what he says is destroying his home state. The critique was ruthless and unfiltered. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's dive in.
Regulations that aren't necessary. That aren't, I mean, you really don't believe that the state we live in, California, is lacking regulation. There's over 300,000 regulations. I mean,
Well, maybe they're needed.
They're not. When I tried to put in a garage door, I had to have 3 inspections. There should have been none. I should be allowed to change my garage door.
Are you kidding? Really? It was about a garage door?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Maher opened by blasting the overwhelming number of regulations strangling the housing industry, and that's only the beginning. According to him, housing has become a bureaucratic nightmare, buried under endless permits, environmental reviews, and approval processes that take years instead of months. But Maher made it clear the problem doesn't stop there. The same suffocating red tape plagues the transportation industry, grinding infrastructure projects to a halt. The entertainment industry, once the crown jewel of California's economy, is now drowning in compliance costs and union restrictions. Even the energy sector isn't spared, weighed down by policies that make innovation nearly impossible. Maher argued these layers of regulation were created with good intentions but have spiraled out of control. Instead of protecting citizens, they now protect inefficiency. The result, he warned, is a California that builds nothing, fixes nothing, and slowly bleeds jobs, investment, and opportunity to states willing to get out of their own way.
Oh, this is about California. Come
No,
on.
I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry, I don't.
You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist. Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where your politics are. That's not where mine are. I'm sorry.
Maher pins this explosion of overregulation on California's status as a one-party state. And honestly, he argues that this lack of competition fuels the problem. If California operated more like true swing states such as Pennsylvania, Arizona, or Georgia, there wouldn't be anywhere near this level of bureaucratic madness. In competitive states, politicians know every decision matters and every policy mistake can cost them an election. But in a political monopoly, accountability disappears. When leaders know their seats are virtually guaranteed, urgency dies. Rising housing costs, collapsing infrastructure, and suffocating regulations can be ignored without fear of consequences. At the end of the day, Maher says politicians are driven by one thing: winning and staying in power. If refusing to cut regulations poses no threat to their careers, nothing changes. But the moment their political future is on the line, compromises appear, reforms move faster, and solutions suddenly become possible. Competition breeds action. Complacency breeds chaos.
They don't really like them that much. They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what they...
By people like you.
Because it's true.
Maher then takes aim at Jane Fonda for denying that California's overregulation is a core pillar of far-left policy. He argues that for someone with immense wealth, the cost of regulation is barely noticeable. Rising housing prices, energy fees, permits, and taxes don't touch her lifestyle. For elites like Fonda, regulation is an abstract idea, not a daily burden. But Maher quickly reminds her that this disconnect is precisely why people voted for Donald Trump in the first place. Trump may be wealthy, but Maher says he understood something many Hollywood figures don't. Everyday Americans don't have unlimited financial cushions. When regulations pile up, regular people pay the price through higher rent, gas, electricity, and lost jobs. Ma argues voters didn't rally behind Trump because he was perfect, but because he acknowledged their frustration. While elites lecture from gated communities, working families are suffocating under poll.
Spent the last 2 decades in perpetual drought here, yet almond farmers in California have doubled in that time. Despite the fact that almond production alone uses more water than all the humans and businesses in San Francisco and Los Angeles combined, even on days when your teenage son spends 2 hours showering. How much water it takes to grow different crops, oranges, tomatoes, strawberries, all take about 11 gallons to make 1 pound. Almonds, 1,900 gallons. That wasn't a problem back when it rained, but now there simply isn't enough water to go around, and we have to make a painful choice, getting it to the people or getting it in the nuts.